A sex offender in Columbia is back at home tonight after police say he repeatedly violated orders to stay at least 500 feet away from a school or public park. Good evening, I'm Joey Parker.
And I'm Marissa Hollowed. Police arrested Andrew Spain yesterday for being on the property of Douglas Park at Providence and Rogers Street. He was released on bail a short time later.
Today, ABC 17's Lindsey Burning talked to the Boone County Sheriff's Department about how it keeps track of hundreds of sex offenders living in this county. She joins us live. Lindsey, they say Spain has been arrested 2 other times for not registering as a sex offender in the past.
Joey and Marissa, like you said, the law states certain sex offenders can be within 500 feet of a school or a public park. And CPD said that is why they arrested Andrew Spain. But in the Boone County Sex Registry, Spain's address is listed as 506 Rogers Street, which is one of the houses right behind me. Now, as you can see, this house is less than 500 feet from Douglas Park to the west, and in the other direction, it's less than 500 feet away from Jefferson Middle School to the east. I asked CPD about it, and they said they have a different address listed for Spain. However, that address is also less than 500 feet away from downtown Optimist Park. Now, Tom O'Sullivan with the Boone County Sheriff's Department says all sex offenders in the county are required to register their address, employment information, vehicle information, and more with the department. And he also said they must check in regularly.
Depending on what their crime was, they have to periodically return to the Sheriff's Department. Some people it's 60 days, 90 days, some people it's 6 months, some people it's once a year.
The Missouri State Highway Patrol says there are about 14,500 registered sex offenders in Missouri. More than 300 of those are in Boone County. O'Sullivan says he believes there are very few convicted sex offenders that are not registered with the county because punishment can be severe. The Highway Patrol website says if an offender fails to register a new address 1 time, it is a felony. If they fail to register 3 times, they can be sent to prison for 10 to 30 years. O'Sullivan says 3 or 4 times a year, detectives knock on the doors of the offenders' homes to make sure they're living where they say.
Well, we have 2 detectives specifically assigned to monitor the sex offender registrations, and they ride herd on those 300 people, and we do periodic roundups where we go out and knock on doors and make sure these people are living where they're supposed to be living.
O'Sullivan says the periodic checkups usually lead to several arrests. Offenders must register within 3 days of their conviction or moving to Missouri. O'Sullivan says there are restrictions on sex offenders specifically for Halloween as well. On that day, the law states they must avoid all children, stay in their homes from 5 to 10:30 p.m., post a sign that says no candy at this residence, and leave all outside lights off during the nighttime hours. Live in Columbia, Lindsey Burning, ABC 17 News.
Lindsey, thank you. Spain was released on a $2,500 bond.